Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a bunch of new releases from Wet n Wild that we're going to be trying out. So I really like Wet n Wild makeup. They are probably the most affordable brand at the drugstore. If not, they are definitely one of the most. And their makeup pretty good, honestly. They also a while ago came out with brushes. I loved those, so I have high expectations for everything that we're trying today. So let's just jump right in. I don't have anything else to say about it. Also, my shirt, it says think happy thoughts, and that's exactly why I'm filming right now, because I'm having one of those moods where just like I don't want to do anything else. Like my brain can't do anything else. So I'm like, let's sit down, let's play with some makeup, and then I'll feel better the rest of the day. So I already have my skincare done for the day, ready to go. We don't need to worry about that. We can honestly just jump right in, and I'm gonna start by applying this. Actually, all this makeup I saw on Ulta a while ago, and I was gonna place an order for it, but I just never pulled the trigger. And then when I was in Target, all this stuff was there, and I was like, this is awesome. I don't have to pay for shipping, and all the stuff I wanted to get was there. Even this primer, and this actually sold out really quickly on Ulta's website. So this is the Impossible Primer, and they call it that because it's supposed to mattify, hydrate, blur your pores, make your makeup last longer, and it's silicone free. Now, this is a very small little bottle of primer, but let's see what it's up to. We've been trying a lot of primers recently, not gonna lie. Haven't been impressed with most of them. Oh, let me show you guys this. It is thick. It looks a lot like it's silicone-y. I'm not gonna take a lot of that. I'm just gonna use a little bit and kind of press it into the skin. Also, another nice thing about Wet n Wild is that they are cruelty-free. It's super cooling on the face, like feels like ice cold, the places that I put it. When you blend it out, it feels like water. I definitely feel like the hydrating part of it, because like I said, literally it's like cold. It feels like I put ice water on my face. I don't know about blurring. Like, I don't know that it's filling in my pores. I don't know about that. Let's see how makeup wears on top of it. I definitely get the hydrating, soothing part of it. Not sure so much about the blurring or mattifying. Maybe mattifying. Like, my cheek looks slightly matte, more matte, because you can see I didn't put it up here. So I guess probably mattifying. I should give it that. All right, I'm super excited about this, except for looking at the color today. This looks more like the color of my sweatshirt than my skin tone, so we'll see. We'll see what's up. But this is the Tinted Hydrator. It's a tinted skin veil with hyaluronic acid, squalene, and it's oil-free. Now, this straight up tells you sheer to medium coverage. This is not a full coverage tinted moisturizer. This is not a foundation. She is just going to give you a little bit of color. This is my favorite Real Techniques brush for just like blending products, whether it be concealer or like a light foundation like this. I think I love these brushes. Probably, I think if I were to go through and count all of these in my collection, I have at least 4 to 5 of them. I can still feel that primer on my skin. I don't know about it. Okay, what shade did I pick up? Light. This is the light shade. It a lot comes out when you open it, but it's not like runny for something that says it's so lightweight. Like, it's holding that shape on my hand. So let's just, I'm so sorry. This is gonna be so orange on me. What in the frick? Light? Are you kidding me? Now, I know this is sheer coverage, so maybe this will actually be really nice and just like kind of give me a glow. I am nervous, if you're wondering. Boy. It sort of looks as if... No. It kind of looks like I got a sunburn. Like, I know it's light coverage. Okay, anytime I test out more of like a skin tint or something like that, I get people in my comments being like, it's not supposed to be full coverage. It told you that, blah, blah, blah. Couple things. Oh my gosh. First off, this shade, horrific. This is not light. This is orange. Second off, light coverage, that's fine. Now, this is better on the coverage department than some. I would definitely say this is sheer, but it has color to it. It does even out your skin tone. It does do something. However, what it's doing is being splotchy. So if I'm going to use something like this, I need it to have even pigmentation, because I can't be putting something on my face that's just giving me like orange splotchiness, you know? I look like I went spray tanning and I got stuck in there for too long, and it was like only my face. They like didn't get my neck or the rest of my body. I think you can blend it out to make it better as far as the splotchiness goes. But I mean, if this is light, this is just not light. It's just not. And you can't call something sheer and then get away with making a crappy shade range because, oh, it's supposed to be sheer. This is sheer, but it's also highly pigmented. Like, that, there are two different things happening here, and neither of them are good. Okay, in the interest of my sanity, we're going to apply a different foundation. We're going to use a different drugstore foundation. Now, this is a CC cream, e.l.f. CC cream, right? So this is light coverage, affordable from the drugstore, another like very affordable brand, has SPF in it. I thought that this maybe had SPF, but it doesn't. And we're just gonna, first off, this is the shade Fair. So I guess technically it's like a shade lighter. And we're just gonna blend this out. Now this is like all over YouTube and the internet, and I've already done a video on it as well, but I just wanted to give you kind of an idea of a different product that I actually really like. So do you guys see the difference there? That's sheer. It's not full coverage. It's more of just a tint, but it blends out evenly. I can get it kind of all over my face. It's not splotchy, and this is actually a fair shade. So, I mean, there's pros and cons when you are trying affordable makeup, but I think my point is that you don't have to sacrifice quality anymore, you know, for the price point. You can still get nice looking makeup on a budget. You know, e.l.f. I would say is probably, like, if I had to pick the two most affordable brands at the drugstore, it would be Wet n Wild and e.l.f. So this one, yes, it's affordable, but it was not a winner for me. This one, still affordable, and just a lot higher quality. I don't think it's really beneficial for me to stick with like a bad looking face of makeup throughout a video, because that's not helpful to you guys. Like, if you see this and you know it doesn't work, then we don't need to go there, okay? So I think it's better if I recommend something that I would have you buy, and then that way this is not affecting the rest of the makeup that we try, because that's really frustrating too. So, next. Now this I have high hopes for. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon 5-pan shadow. Oh, and I picked up the shade, I think it's called Petalete. I like these little 5-pan palettes. A lot of brands are coming out with them. Is this gonna turn into an e.l.f. vs. Wet n Wild video? Because I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my e.l.f. palette. That is very similar. You do get an extra shade in this one. Dang, I even picked a very similar color schemes. I'm really kind of drawn to these like pinky purples right now. I've been talking about this, but I think this kind of color scheme is very, very in for spring. I love this little e.l.f. bite-sized palette, but we're going to be testing out this one today. So let's dive in. Okay, I've got a Real Techniques brush. This matches the palette. Okay, and we're going to dip into this matte shade first, right in the crease. Pigmented, but not too pigmented. Blend it out pretty easy. So we like to see. Wet n Wild is kind of, I think, famous in the drugstore realm for their really affordable eyeshadows. They have like those 10-pan palettes or some of their older versions of like the, I can't remember if they were 6 or what they were. And I've tried them before and really, really like them. So that's why I had higher expectations for this palette, because I've tried Wet n Wild's eyeshadows and they're very good. And I think these are going to fall right into that category. This seems like it's blending really nicely. It's not like knock your socks off pigmented, but it's not pigmented. I don't know. I think it's like the perfect pigmentation because I'm having a really, really easy time building this up, but it's also not just like plopping huge chunks of color on my face. So I really, really appreciate that. I want to go in with this lavendery color because this is just so beautiful. So how do we do? You know what? Let's see if we can use all of these on our eyes. I think we can. I'm going to take this pinky shade. Very pretty. Like so pretty. And we're going to apply that on the outer half of the lid. Okay, a little bit of fallout there. I was kind of debating doing this first, but I didn't. Wow. That shade's gorgeous. It is very, very metallic. So pretty. I really like that. All right. And then we will take the purple shade and go on the other front half of the lid. Oh, this feels just as soft. Wow, that's a really pretty color. And these actually just blend beautifully together. I'm just using my finger. That's what I look for in a metallic shadow. I want to be able to just lightly tap it on with my finger because that means it's soft, it's pigmented, and it's easy to work with. Like, are you kidding me? I think that's why I was kind of so disappointed with that skin tint, because this is not low quality, you know? Like, I don't expect garbage makeup from Wet n Wild. I expect things to work. This is beautiful. And then we're going to take a little bit of this dark shade and pop that in the outer corner. Edge of the crease. This is honestly a metallic. Like, I should be using this as a metallic, but it works to darken up the crease as well. Let me show you guys what this swatch is like. That's really pretty. It's almost like a metallic matte, you know. It's not glitter, but it's got shine to it. That's really pretty. Okay, well, I am a huge fan of this eyeshadow palette, and I actually only had a fallout problem once, so I don't know. I probably just had too much on my finger, which happens. This, highly recommend. And now it's time to apply concealer. So this is the Incognito Mega Last Concealer. I'm very excited about this. There was a lot of choices for shades, but I had a hard time finding my color. Like, I had a hard time picking one. I think this one's gonna be too light, but the next one looked way too dark, so I don't know. We'll just have to see how this goes. I picked up the shade Fair, and we'll just see. That's not bad. It does not seem to be sinking into lines. It's not like a super dewy formula like some of my other concealers, but it's very brightening, seems to be very lightweight, good coverage. And yeah, I think you might like this if you need a concealer that's maybe not as dewy or moisturizing. If you need something that's almost more on the matte side for concealer, you might really like this. Okay, my mascara is on, and now I am just finishing up the face, and I thought I could show some of my other favorite drugstore makeup items to you guys. And I've got to say, I've been trying a ton of new bronzers, affordable and not so much affordable. And this is still my favorite bronzer. This is the Revlon Skin Lights. It's in the shade Sun-Kissed Beam. I have not found a bronzer that looks better on the skin than this one. It applies so nicely. And I mean, it's Revlon, so it's super affordable. Mine actually broke. Like, this is not attached to the base anymore, and I don't care. I still use it. I still love it. It's my favorite. So for blush, I wanted to go into this e.l.f. blush palette. I just really like the colors in here, and I think that this light pink would look really pretty with the sort of lilac-y tones that we have going on the face. Nothing too peach or too warm, even though that's what I normally gravitate towards, but I really like this blush palette. It's super affordable. And then, of course, we need some highlight. And this has been like my favorite recently. I was gonna shake it up, and then I just couldn't help it. I was like, we're talking drugstore. Well, this is my go-to from the drugstore. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's really that like wet type of highlighter, but without the glitter and without being super expensive. Like, it reminds me of Hourglass highlighters, but at the drugstore. All right, so this is the finished makeup, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, even though we had a bit of a rocky start. I'm really glad I switched out the foundation because, in my opinion, this is just a no-go. I mean, even if you're looking for a very lightweight tinted moisturizer, I don't think the quality is here in this. I would much more quickly recommend this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Honestly, like, I'll go on a hunt for you guys if you want me to find a real tinted moisturizer that has even less coverage than this, but like, this just formulation is not it. But these kind of products aren't my favorite either. So I guess, I don't know, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But yeah, I would say probably steer clear of this. Also, I don't think I like this primer. It felt weird on my skin. My skin went through too many feelings after I applied it. It was like cold and wet. Then it got kind of like stanky. I don't know. Not necessarily tingly, maybe. Not a fan. I don't know what it was doing, but I also didn't get that mattifying or pore blurring effect that it mentioned, and I really do need that, like, in this area. So if you're gonna tell me that you're gonna do it, then do it, you know? But I did not get that. This concealer, I am honestly a really big fan. This is a really nice formula. It's not super like dewy and glowy and in your face. It's nice, natural finish, very brightening, but it's not like caking into my lines. Like, I kind of felt like, honestly, my skin was kind of dry and crusty today, and this didn't get weird underneath my eyes, which a lot of concealers do. So very happy with this, and very, very happy with this eyeshadow palette. I think there is at least 4 to 5 different colors of these They're called their Color Icon palettes, and I am guessing you could probably pick up any of these and be happy with them. Yeah, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm having a lot of fun, honestly, with all the new beauty releases, especially the new drugstore releases. I think, here's my hypothesis. I think that due to the panty, and everything that came along with that, a lot of brands were not releasing makeup last year. And now it seems like there is an influx of all these new launches and new products and new brands. And I'm super happy to see it because I was feeling kind of a lack of inspiration for a while. And now there is so much stuff out there to try and review. So I hope you guys enjoyed this because I've got a lot more videos like this coming. So if you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, all that stuff that everybody tells you to do. And that's pretty much it for me. I think that's all I gotta say. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.